And we're back. Second String Sports. We have a special guest in the booth. Oregon State big man Drew Eubanks. You can introduce yourself.
What's up?
There we go.
Short and sweet.
What's up, dude?
I saw.
All right, so we can get it started. We got a little first-time game that we've done here on Second String Sports that we came up with last night.
Yeah.
Should be applicable and interesting.
I don't know. I don't really know how we haven't come up with this before.
It's a great idea.
It is a great idea. So here we go. We're going to tease this what we got here. So, Drew, we're going to read you off some Hamburger Helper, a.k.a. Whopper Jr. tweets. And if people, listeners, don't know who that is, we got, and that is now former basketball player Jarmal Reed. So we're going to have tweets that are actual Jarmal tweets, and we're going to have tweets that are fake Jarmal tweets. He did not tweet some of them, but some of them he did. So you're going to have to decipher whether or not this is a Jarmal tweet or not a Jarmal tweet.
All right.
So, and if anybody hasn't checked it out, it's at Whopper Jr. We maybe can give him a shout out right now.
I'm tweeting it right now.
All right.
With 3 R's, by the way. Yeah, so there's really like no system here to his Twitter handle, but we'll
like it.
Yeah. All right. Great. You want to start it off? You have the computer.
All right, here's your first one. I think we have like 10 or 11. We'll see, though. All right, so when you find 4 boxes of goldfish that you hid from yourself at the beginning of the month, is that a Jarmal tweet or is that a made-up tweet?
That's probably a Jarmal tweet. He likes to go for it.
Hey, ding, ding. Give him a ding, ding.
We'll keep some scores here.
That's
a really weak sound.
That was a weak soundbite. But yes,
We're not playing soccer.
I got the
here.
air
Come
horn.
on,
Don't
Jake.
worry. I got the
All
air
right,
horn.
Drew, you got 1 point here.
All right, here we go.
All right, coming up. Walking to class and saw a girl's face that looked like a pancake. Pass that butter.
That's a Jarmal tweet.
That is actually not a Jarmal tweet.
Thought it would be. He likes pancakes too. Every day at breakfast.
Good to know.
Okay, who's got the next one?
All right, Jeff's got one.
Okay.
I got to pull it up.
All right. Let me see. Let me choose a good one here. All right. Somewhere out in the world, a human being just got bleeped on by a regular ass bird.
All of these sound like something Jarmal would say. That's the thing.
Scoot into the mic.
Yeah, probably.
There you go.
I think that's probably a Jarmal.
Yeah,
tweet.
you're correct.
All right.
I can't hear the sound bites.
That's two for 3 right now.
Yeah, this one's short and simple. Kevin Durant looks like a raisin.
No, I don't think that's Jarmal.
There you go.
True, that was made up by our own Jake McGrady. So,
Killing it
I
right
was
now.
inspired by the game last night.
All right.
all right, here we go. Low key want to ride a camel.
Yeah, that's Jarmal.
Nope, actually no, that one was made up.
I mean, I can
think
see that,
we can
though.
get a feel here that we
Yeah.
really have no idea.
I would
what
probably pay to see him ride a camel, honestly.
I would pay to ride a camel myself. I think that'd be pretty exhilarating. No? All right. Well, that just kind of died.
All right, here's another one. Nothing better than riding through Corvallis with a pair of size 15 shoes on your roof. Sunglass emojis.
Why would he even say that? Like,
Did he say it?
I don't know. No, that's not him.
Jarmal said that.
Apparently, he rode through Corvallis with size 15 shoes on his roof.
Yeah.
We need to get him on just to find out the scenario of how that played out.
All these tweets, just I want to find the backstory out now.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple more real quick. All right, here we go. Damn, where the fish sticks at?
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Yep, there
I
you
remember
go.
seeing that.
Also, can you, if you could, decipher that tweet?
Fish sticks. I don't know. He's just a hungry dude overall. I don't know.
Goldfish,
That's
fish
all I can think
sticks.
of.
That's great.
All right, Jake, you got another one?
Yeah. Let's see. Every time I'm in a hallway full of people, I be thinking somebody gonna trip me. Hashtag stay paranoid.
I think he tweeted that.
Yep.
All right, how many do we? All right, this one might be kind of obvious, but I'll trade anyone a box of Fruit Loops and a box of Corn Flakes for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm broke. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's probably
Yep,
it too.
yep, definitely a Jarmal tweet.
He likes the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I think that's about all we have. That was pretty good.
I think you played the Jarmal tweet game pretty well there, Drew.
Yeah, the tripping one was kind of obvious, but
Alrighty. Well, I guess we'll just kind of move along here. All
Let's get into
right.
some actual.
Yeah. It was a pretty fun game. I don't know how we haven't played that yet.
we gotta get more.
Yeah.
More Whopper tweets.
The funny part is those are all within like the last
The
month.
range.
Like
Yeah.
those, we didn't go back
Yeah.
very far on those tweets at all.
Jarmal tweets a lot, so I
feel like-
it would have taken us a while to dig deep in there.
I feel like playing that game with someone who really doesn't know Jarmal would just absolutely rattle them to their core. Like they'll be like, "Who is this person?" Like, but yeah,
Alright. Well, I guess probably some people that are listening actually want to know some more stuff about
yeah,
Drew.
they might want to know some real things.
I don't know if people tuned in to listen to the fake Jarmal tweet game.
Yeah, but I think it was just almost as entertaining for us to craft that game. So we
Yeah.
were just glad to get it out. I don't really know what the points were on that, but
I think he had
I
six.
think I won.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
won.
I think you won.
He
I
won.
think you won. All right, Drew. Some real questions here. What was like the biggest change from going to high school to college ball?
Like in terms of like playing.
Yeah, just like playing and just like almost just like developing and almost the competition as well.
It's probably the speed of the game. It definitely sped up a lot, and you pay attention to details a lot more than you do in high school. I feel like the coaches, they definitely get up in you a lot more, yell at you, and I was definitely took the hardest yelling from Tinkle out of everybody the whole
Really?
year. So
Okay, so when I gotta
We can get
ask,
into that later.
when Tinkle's yelling at you, like what's he saying?
stuff I can't say on the radio right now.
There you go. There you go. He's already accustomed to radio. There we go.
There we go.
Who has, speaking of Tinkle, who has the best Wayne impression?
Honestly, it's Langston. Langston probably has, he's the best impersonator on the team.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. All right. Favorite place in the Pac-12 other than Oregon State to play? I know that you guys, obviously went down and played in a bunch of different places. What was your favorite?
As much as I hate to say it, I like playing at Oregon.
Oh,
but
yeah. No, that was cool.
But just because I hate them, not because I like it,
True.
There you go.
What do you think about that court?
It's trippy. I couldn't tell where I was half the time.
I got a question for you. Just for growing up in Oregon, before you came to Oregon State, did the whole Oregon State-Oregon rivalry really resonate? Or is it something that when you came here, you're like, whoa, you saw firsthand?
It definitely resonated. I grew up kind of on the border. I didn't really know who I liked that much, just because I wasn't into basketball or football or anything, or really any sports in general besides baseball. But once I got here and we played them Civil War, the first Civil War game, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was in. Yeah,
it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, Drew, you mentioned baseball. Obviously, grew up playing baseball. Do you miss it at all?
Oh yeah, I miss it a lot, but I'm glad to be playing basketball though.
Mm-hmm. Just getting that, just getting the pitching stretches down. Just did you hang out in the penalty? Did you come out did you start or were you relief?
I started.
Yeah.
But I liked relieving though too.
Were you just like a power pitch? You just got that 4-seam and a 2-seam.
Yeah. Then my curveball to clean up.
Yeah.
That's why I played softball to fill my baseball book.
Yeah. If anybody doesn't know, Drew also played on Grant and I's softball team, and we had a heartbreaking, heartbreak for a first playoff loss there, and it was tough. We had an undefeated season. It was brutal.
It was very brutal.
Not the way I wanted to go out.
Yeah.
Right.
So you obviously mentioned Oregon. That's probably the worst team to play against in your opinion? I mean, as far as just the hate and all that competition wise and all that.
It was definitely brought out. One of the first plays of the game, I got elbowed in the mouth.
Yeah,
there you go.
Actually, I was there too. And, Yep,
And
saw that.
After that happened, I was pretty pissed.
No, get that. I get that for sure. Jeff?
I'm looking over this right now. All right. What does OSU have to do to kind of take that next step next year? Because obviously, guys, you got Stevie, Trace, yourself, 3 freshmen who played meaningful minutes. You guys made the tournament last year, and you got Gary Payton's leaving. So what do you guys have to do next season?
I feel just buy in and really like work together. I feel like last year we sort of figured it out towards the end, but if we bought in a lot quicker, I feel like we could have avoided some of the losses that we did, like at Colorado. We almost had Utah at there.
Yeah.
And then Arizona State. We shouldn't have lost that one early.
Okay, well, with the Arizona State game, what was it like having Michael Phelps in the curtain of distraction?
I had no idea that was Michael Phelps.
I got to imagine that's pretty trippy. Like, I mean, especially for Stevie, you're on the line and, oh, hey, there's like the best Olympian of all time in a Speedo.
You didn't know that was Michael Phelps?
I thought it was like an impersonator.
I could see that happening.
I didn't really take a good look at him, and then after the game, I was talking to one of my friends. He's like, "Bro, did you see Michael Phelps?" I was like, "No, that was an impersonator. That wasn't him." He's like, "No, that was Michael Phelps." And then I checked Twitter, and it was all over.
Yeah,
I was just like, "Damn."
2 years ago, I was in Vegas, and I met some of the curtain distraction guys. I'll just say, I wish I just never met them.
I don't think I've ever heard about this.
Yeah, so not a fan of the curtain distraction guys. They're not too popular in my book.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to flash back to December, I believe, here, Drew. GP2's dunk against Kansas, okay? And and your reaction was probably maybe the best reaction. Very vineable, very gifable. Can you just describe in the moment of like how just like, boom, done?
Well, I looked up, and then all of a sudden, Gary was just in the air, like at the rim, and I look up, and he just dunks. And I'm looking, and then I turn around, and I want to get back on defense, but I couldn't believe it, and so I just put my hands on my face, and then I realized, I'm on television, like this probably isn't a good look, so I took it off real quick. But if I wasn't on television, I probably would have like kept it there and probably wouldn't have played.
Yeah, I remember I was at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Portland somewhere watching that, and they literally like slow mode on your face like 2 times in commercial break. It was great.
That was crazy.
All right, so have you been following the NBA playoffs at all?
Yes.
All right, who do you think is going to take it? Can the Warriors complete the comeback? Obviously, got that win last night.
I don't want them to.
I
really don't want them to.
Who's your NBA team?
The Clippers.
Oh man,
but that's just because I like Blake Griffin. But now that they're out because Blake got hurt and Chris Paul got hurt, that's why I'm blaming that loss on. I want LeBron to win one for Cleveland, and then he can go do whatever he wants to from there.
Fair enough. We do not agree on basketball terms.
No, we do not.
I'm a diehard Laker fan
because he's from.
I'm born and raised in LA, and I really don't like the Clippers, and I'm not a big Cleveland sports fan either. So we're not getting along there, Drew.
So going off of our NBA playoff discussion, I think we can all pretty much unanimously agree. But can you just give a little talk on your opinions on Draymond Green?
Man, I really don't like him at all.
That's putting it mildly.
Like,
hey, we all agree on this, so.
Like, I don't get what the point in flailing your legs and stuff all over the place. Like, he did it last night, like, twice.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he kicked
Westbrook in the head.
Westbrook in the head.
And you got to, like, Kevin Durant's shoulder.
Yeah.
And if you look at Kevin Durant, it's like, how do you put your leg up that high?
Kevin Durant's like Drew's size.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to, like, kick your leg up that high.
Flexible man.
Honestly, if you look at Draymond Green, I don't think you're going to say, "Oh yeah, very flexible man." So
he looks like probably
it's kind of a strange
the least
thing to
flexible.
say. It's a strange thing to say there, Jake.
Popped into my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of an interesting question because if anyone follows your Snapchat or Twitter, there's a lot of Draymond Green hate, which I love. Like we were, Jake and I, big Blazer fans. We had to withstand him for a whole series. And
moments when I've had beverages, Draymond Green is a high topic of discussion. So.
Drew, same.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Kind of going back, we were just talking about this actually before you came on. New Pac-12 court storming rules. I don't know if you heard about that, but schools are going to start being fined in the Pac-12 schools for instances
Students
of court storming.
court.
Such as Yeah, court and field, all that. Such as the Arizona basketball game, and
Arizona State football game, stuff like that.
Game, everything like that. So it's $25,000 for the first offense.
It just escalates by 25
each
each time,
and then $100,000 for the third.
Oh.
So I don't know. Just as a player, is that something? I don't know. What are your opinions on a school getting fined for something like that? Do you feel more protected that way, or is it just kind of take away from the tradition of, just sports in general?
I mean, I feel like it takes away from the tradition. I mean, I loved it when Stevie hit that shot against Washington and everybody stormed the court. I mean, that was cool. And then I remember, I think later on that night, Colorado stormed the court against Arizona.
Yeah.
And Sean Miller was talking after the game, and he brought up some pretty good points. Like, one of these days, I'm pretty sure he said one of these days an Arizona player is going to punch or get in a fight with somebody.
You mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's kind of true. Like, that you don't know what those fans are doing to the players while they're out there. And I've personally never been a part of
something like that.
Like that, where somebody's like put me in that kind of situation. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of both ways.
Especially
on it.
like, even after a lot of people, if you're competitive, you want to win. And like we were saying, situations like that, it could just be like a meaningless, just like elbow.
Tempers are flaring. Face, a lot of the kids in those student sections are hydrated, to say the least. So they're coming out there. You just got a big win. Yeah, they got a big win. They're gonna flex their muscles and go up to a guy who's 6'9" and go, "Yeah, we just beat you." It's not going to end well. Yeah. I think Drew's right. It'll happen eventually. Someone's gonna get hit.
Yeah. So you mentioned Stevie's buzzer beater and everyone coming on. What was like? Rank that and maybe some other things of just kind of memories of like back of this season, because it's you're a freshman season, and your next 3 years before you know it, like how we've had it.
It was the most fun season like we've had for basketball.
Yeah, and 3 years like that, it's gonna boom, poof. But so what was like looking back at it? What was your favorite memories on this year?
I feel like that was up there playing against Washington. I really like playing against Washington because I knew a few of the players on that team because we played AU together. I like playing at Kansas. That was cool just because the atmosphere and like the first half, they were just quiet. Because we were up by 10 at halftime. They were just quiet. It was crazy. 25,000 people.
Trace hit 5 threes, and that must have been really cool. I mean, like, just as a fan, to see the freshmen just play so confidently against a Kansas type team who, is a powerhouse. I mean, it was very cool.
Yeah. Obviously, March Madness, that was really cool too, especially as a freshman to get to experience that. I don't really know off the top of my head. Oh, probably at UCLA. When we beat UCLA, and we knew like we were pretty much going to the tournament after that. And sort of
Gary had like the walk-off dunk.
Yeah, that was crazy. Then after the UCLA game, obviously in the locker room, we were all like throwing water and stuff everywhere in the locker room.
So also, just like, are you excited for like more like kind of just new teammates to come in, and you had your teammates' memories from this year? And so like, what was your kind of favorite memories just on the road or?
On the road, just getting a bond with a lot of my teammates, especially the older guys. Like, I know I bonded with Langston a lot more than any of the other older guys, just because I feel like we relate a lot, just because he was always yelled at by the coaches before I got here, and even when we still were here, it was both me and him getting yelled at the most. But yeah, I mean, just overall bonding, like team stuff.
All right, going back, you mentioned, one of your favorite memories obviously is being selected for March Madness. I mean, that's kind of every college basketball player's dream. So, going back to the seeding, is that something, being a 7 seed, what were you guys kind of expecting going into that day? Did you have an idea of where you were told you were going to go or anything like that? Because, a 7 seed to all of us seemed like a great seed. I mean, we all kind of thought, on the show the week before, somewhere between an 8 and a 10, just somehow based off how the Pac-12 had gone and that sort of thing. Colorado was an 8 seed, and they finished above us. Well, a better record than us in the Pac-12.
Yep.
So, I don't know. What was your kind of opinion on the 7, and did it surprise a lot of the guys, or?
I mean, yeah, it surprised a lot of us. I didn't really have a good feel for seeding and stuff, mostly because I haven't been watching basketball for that long. So I didn't know. Obviously, 7's good, and like the lower you get, that's like the better seed. But I didn't realize like to be a 7th seed, like that was tremendous. Like I don't know how else to put it. It was surprising. Like after I got explained like how big of a deal being a 7th seed was compared to like a 12 or like anything beyond that, you know.
All right. Well, we were kind of debating this question last night, and well, I'm the one who's got to ask it. So, what is the biggest difference between high school and college? And I'm not talking about on the court.
Probably how much freedom you have. Like after this, like I could literally just go do whatever I want because I don't have class for the rest of the day. But
Having girls in the dorms too, or
I try to stay away from that.
there you go. That's the right answer.
That's a politically correct answer.
Focus on school and basketball.
There you go.
There you go.
That's a student athlete right there, folks.
That's not a freshman answer.
Yeah, just freedom. Obviously, like time management stuff. You have a lot more time. You can definitely get in a lot more trouble if you want to. There's lots of things to do out here in Corvallis if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
But it's just keeping your nose clean, just staying out of trouble.
Yeah. So now that you guys are done with practice and stuff, what's been something you do, like favorite spot in Corvallis that you've been to so far?
My favorite spot, personally, just to go like and eat and stuff, is Flattail.
There you go.
Flattail a lot.
Pretzel burger. Have you got the pretzel burger at Flattail?
I haven't had that
Pretzel
yet.
burger's pretty good at Flattail, I'll tell you that.
I'm more of a chicken strip kind of guy.
Okay.
You heard it here first. Drew Eubanks, big chicken strip.
Big chicken strips guy. The important breaking news.
What else? I mean, I don't know. Like, I have really a spot. It's just mostly just hanging out with my teammates and stuff and just making memories that way.
Yeah. So, off season right now, just kind of what's been your routine here in the off season?
Well, we have to wake up every morning and go to breakfast before 9:30. So I usually wake up at like 8:30, and then after that, I'll have a workout at 11 with Coach Rupp for an hour. Then we have weights at 12:15, and we'll condition after that. And then after weights, I go to class for an hour and a half. And then
Sounds like the student athlete grind.
yeah, student athlete grind. It doesn't get any easier just because it's spring term.
Yeah.
Then
Is there anything you're looking to develop in or add in your game right now? Or
right now I'm working on taking over Olaf's spot in a way.
nice.
I'm probably going to be playing the 4 next year, and then probably have G at the 5. So we'll
There you go.
So we'll have that twin tower effect out there.
Nice.
And but I really want to keep my low post game there, and then work my way out and just kind of replace where Olaf was out on the perimeter, you know. But still, obviously, keep my presence down low, and then.
You mentioned Big G, and we've kind of talked to him a couple times, and just the times we've talked to him, hilarious. You look at him, very intimidating looking guy.
Yeah.
Just can you give me your favorite Big G moment?
Just when I feel like the best moments I've had with him is when he tries to impersonate other people, and he's the one that's usually getting impersonated. Like just the stuff, like the slang that a lot of like the basketball players use. Like I can't say some of it right now, but like
Yeah.
he'll repeat it, and it'll just be so funny. Like, and if like a normal person said it, you wouldn't think anything of it, but just the way he says it is just funny. Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Like, he's very intimidating until you get to know him.
Yeah.
Is there anyone on the team? I guess I should phrase it this way. Who talks the most trash on the team, either like in practice or on the court? Because you would kind of think it'd be Gary Payton based off his dad, but GP2 seems pretty quiet, and I mean you don't see it a lot on the court. Or I mean, is there anybody who talks a lot of trash?
I feel like I talk the most out of everybody.
Really?
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm kind of a hole. I've been told out on the court.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need that. From
Yeah, we need that.
it's gotten me into a couple situations before. But
Yeah, I think I remember a couple. I almost maybe even the Washington game, if I recall.
yeah, it was Washington.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing something. I think I remember seeing Tinkle kind of like Drew and just stop, and he had to like pull you over,
Yeah.
calm you down.
Okay, it's like in that Washington situation, like what are you saying to the guy? I mean, make it like kind of keep it clean if you can, but what's going on?
Oh, just like I'll just be like really physical. I'll like throw like an elbow here and there, and then they'll say something to me, and I'll just act like I don't hear them, and then I'll like keep elbowing them, and then they'll just get pissed off and they'll try getting in my face, and then we'll just start talking from there, like, and just keep it going.
There you go.
I just try to get in other people's head for the most part.
All right. This was actually a Twitter question from last night. You know, Wayne Tinkle's a pretty polarizing character in Corvallis, but if you had to pick like one thing that people don't know about him, like the one thing about Wayne that would surprise people, what would you say that might be?
That's such a hard question because
Yeah, that was a terrible Twitter question. Put him on blast.
It's like the one we got,
Who sent it?
the orange one.
The orange
Oh,
one,
the-
classic orange
Okay,
one.
so-
Shout out orange one.
So we got a little beef with the orange one. First off, he starts off the show by saying Drew's not here yet. Then he comes in with a weak Twitter question. All right.
I think we just lost a fall. I think we just lost a viewer.
Well,
Sorry, orange one. Get out of here.
yeah, get out of here.
no, I was waiting down in the lobby and I get a notification it was him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just
saying
all
that
I
I
hear
wasn't here
is
yet.
all I hear is music.
I don't know. I've been asked that before too. He's really just like a big softy, to be honest. Coach Tinkle, like when you get he's like a really like he's a family man, like, but when you get down to it, he's just like a really tall, soft guy. Until you piss him off at practice.
I can definitely see that. I can see that. All right, Jake, we want to take a PSA break real quick?
Yep, we're going to take a few PSA breaks and we'll be right back. Thanks to everyone who's listening still. Second String Sports on 88.7 FM. We'll be right back. And we're back. Second String Sports. We got Drew hanging around in the booth for a little while longer. We're going to talk NBA playoffs. Get into it.
Getting down to the NBA. All right, so let's start off with some NBA playoffs. We'll stay with the Golden State Warriors and the Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, so series is now 3-2 after last night's game. Where do you guys see this going? Because it's almost a must. It's a must-win game for Oklahoma City in Game 6. It has to be.
And for Golden State,
Well,
obviously.
and for Golden State, but for
Yeah.
Oklahoma City, because I think if Golden State gets this game, Game 6, I think it's over.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you saw it last night. The fans were into it in Golden State. It was loud. Steph looked different. He didn't look as tired, or I don't know what it was, but
Okay,
He was
but
on
people-
one.
okay. Honestly, did Steph really look that much more different? Because he still
Well,
had 31 and like
no, I'm talking
6 and
about
7.
from Game 4.
Oh, from Game
in Game
4.
4, Steph's missing layups. He missed wide open threes. I think he shot like 2 for 10 or something from 3, and
Okay.
you never see him do that.
True.
So I mean, he obviously played a lot better. He had 5 steals and kind of locked down Kevin Durant there in the last like 4 minutes. Had those 2 steals, and then KD kind of fired back at him.
One thing I find very interesting is where a lot of the Golden State like haters have really come out in this series, particularly because
Because they have something to merit, you know.
Yeah.
Hey,
To actually like talk, they can finally kind of
one
say
of them.
something.
Yeah, because they're down. They were down 3-1, and people can actually now come out and start bashing on the Warriors because they're kind of like the Simpsons meme where they're in and now they're
Yeah.
coming out. But now it's
Nah, I get it. I know the meme. you're
no,
talking
yeah,
about.
I do too.
yeah. So now they're coming out in the opposite kind of a way, but now I feel like they're going to be brushing back in there because this thing's getting.
The
don't
one
know.
thing I'd say, if you're OKC, I think you got to be happy with the way you played. I mean, you played tough, you played hard. You only lost by 9 points. I
Yeah.
think the biggest thing is OKC didn't get their bigs involved.
Yeah.
Adams didn't really have a game, and I think Westbrook took like 38 shots, and Durant took I think 28. I think whenever OKC goes Westbrook, Durant, hero ball, that's when they get in trouble. When they get Adams and Cantor and Waiters, and
Okay.
I can't say Robertson because that guy can't do anything on offense. But
Cantor and Adams. It's just like, especially Steven Adams in this playoffs. How did he? Because he's practically came in there and been their third man from Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and then Steven Adams. He's the new Ibaka for them.
Yeah.
And he had the beast post move was yesterday where he just bodied up everybody.
Fights off Draymond.
Yeah, give a little Drew Eubanks elbow there.
Yeah. Stole it from Drew Eubanks.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm gonna here in a second too, but one thing, a lot of the analytics in basketball, and there's the analytics side and there's the non-analytic side in basketball, and I feel like a lot of times in the NBA, you know what's going to happen in these in playoffs, and seeing a 3 seed coming out and defeating like 1 seed where the Warriors in the analytics side, everybody loves, if you love numbers, the Warriors are automatic, like they're going to win.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the NBA playoffs too, the NBA playoffs is probably like the least shocking playoffs, because if you watch hockey, you get 8s over 1s all the time.
Yeah.
Or even in the NFL, a 6 beats a 1, beats the 1 seed and goes all the way to the Super Bowl and wins it. But in the NBA, it's always chalk.
That's why I feel
same with college basketball for the most part too.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like
it's always
stats,
chalk in the tournament.
Stats in basketball prove more to a point. I don't know. Drew, do you guys have like a statistician like who like kind of gives you guys these stats or like a lot of the
analytics at all?
Analytics inside numbers?
No, not like one that's just devoted. Like our coaches obviously look at stats a lot, and one of the big stats for us this year was when we were out rebounded. I think we were like 0-12, but when we out rebounded the other team, we were like. We beat them every time, and
no one tells you, Drew, you're taking the least amount of steps on the court. Take more steps. Take more steps.
No, it's nothing like, it's not that critical, but yeah, mostly rebounds is what we were talking about, and like hustle plays.
Yeah. So what do you see here, Drew, coming out with Oklahoma City up 3-2, going back home? How do you see this playing out?
Like you said, I feel like if Oklahoma City drops this, it's pretty much over. Golden State they're going home and they have all the momentum, and I feel like Oklahoma City can win. They just got to play tough, like they did in Game 4, like bully Steph Curry around, hit him every chance they got, or every chance they get. Because I remember seeing this one tweet or whatever, it's a video. Steph Curry was going through all these screens and stuff. He was just getting hit left and right, and ended up not getting the ball. And Oklahoma City got the ball back, but it was just they just have to take him away. And I feel like Golden State's a very beatable team once you take Steph Curry away.
No, yeah, I completely agree with all that. I think I tweeted something last night. Like OKC is in a must-win situation for Game 6. I mean, you can't go back to Golden State.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Losing to, I mean, with the confidence that team has, they're still one of the all-time great teams, if not, I mean, by record-wise, obviously the greatest all-time team. It's obviously argued. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm kind of the same way. I really think OKC wins Game 6. Just the way that they've played and dominated Golden State in some of these games. And like we were talking about, last night wasn't an easy Golden State victory by any means. I mean, this was a couple-point game at the end. Obviously, it ended 9, but it was closer than that, it felt like, the whole game.
Yeah, because they definitely pulled away there at the start of the fourth quarter.
I think OKC took a lead in the third.
They took a lead in the third, and they were
by
up
one, and then
they were
Golden
up by
State kind of answered.
Yeah, and then kind of the start of the fourth, that's when they kind of pulled ahead. So let's go. I one thing that we had our predictions at the start of the playoffs, and I still haven't, but I don't think we've added up any of the points. So.
Terrible. I don't think we have to because Jake lost. Jake
lost.
Jake picked the Raptors to lose to the Spurs,
and he also.
So I think Jake's is done. He also had the Celtics beating the Cavs.
Yeah, he had the Celtics beating the Cavs.
So I think we're good.
And I had the Spurs winning.
Yeah, but Grant and I are the only ones who are still alive.
I had the Cavs. I had the Cavs in the finals.
I got the Cavs. I got Cavs Warriors.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that like we got our bet on the line. I'll tell that.
Well,
it sounds like right now it's looking like Jake's going to be hydrating us though.
I think Jake.
Hey, I very well could be. I could have the Raptors in the finals, and you could have no one in the finals.
Okay, all right. So
I mean, you really think the Raptors are going to?
No, I'm just saying.
Come on.
It's possible.
Yeah. Well, the Raptors, they're going back home as well.
Yeah.
And they played they're
At home.
Excellent.
Well,
Awesome.
I think we can ask you this. What is the benefit of playing at home? Because you've seen it. I mean, you've seen it with the Raptors. They're a totally different team when they play in Toronto versus in Cleveland, which it's
when
only
they
an
get bodied.
I mean, but yeah, exactly. I mean, they look awful in Cleveland, and it's only like an hour flight. It's not like they're flying across the country and they're playing in a different time zone.
Yeah, it's definitely the crowd, and I know playing here, it's so much easier to play in front of you guys, and even you make a layup and all of a sudden, boom, it's just loud, and it's for you. But when you go away, you make a bad play, and then you hear the crowd cheering that on. It's like, God, that's probably for me the biggest thing. But they're really, to me, and a lot of the other freshmen when we first got here, there wasn't really that big of a difference playing home or away. It was sort of it's more of a mindset that you have to have when you go and play away. I don't know. It's hard to explain. You just kind of have to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot I was going to mention something, but I guess we'll just go back into the Raptors. So what are you guys seeing in this Raptors-Cavs series here? How do you think this plays out?
I don't think there's any way the Raptors win this series, even if they win tonight.
I think they win tonight, but I think this is going to be their last one.
I think it's really bad for Cleveland. If Cleveland loses tonight and goes to 7, I still think Cleveland wins the series.
But it makes it worse for them.
Yeah, exactly. It because at the start of the series, you're looking at, okay, well, Cleveland's going to sweep. They're going to have time off. They're going to have time to prepare for Golden State or Oklahoma City. Yeah. And now all of a sudden they're in a 6, possibly 7 game series.
Yeah.
I think that kind of changes the dynamic of the finals now.
Yeah. I feel like LeBron and Kyrie and Love, they all learned from what they did the first 2 games in Toronto. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they're not messing around tonight when they play.
I'm not worried about LeBron. LeBron's going to come. It's all on Kevin Love right now.
One thing that I was surprised, I believe that was in game 4, where Kevin Love in the fourth quarter just didn't appear at all. And it showed the rookie kind of coach mistake, because he left Channing Frye in that game for way too long.
Yeah, but Blatt did the same thing. I mean, exactly. It was the same thing last year where we're going, well, why isn't Kevin Love playing the fourth? I think it's more that Kevin Love just can't play defense on those big guys because Biyombo eats him up.
Yeah, speaking of Biyombo needs a max contract.
Come to the Lakers. I am so set for Biyombo to be a Laker.
Biyombo going off right now is just amazing to watch. Just been a bored machine.
Yeah.
Blocking, giving the Mutombo finger wag.
Mutombo. He asked if he got permission by Mutombo to give the finger wag. And man, I've been impressed by Biyombo. I've had him on a couple 2K fantasy teams that I've done some drafts in there just because he's a good big that I can get. But
yeah. No, I mean it'll be interesting tonight.
I think Cavs get this game.
I think the Cavs still win it. I think they're
just
still so much better than the Raptors, and the Raptors are so inconsistent. You never know what you're going to get with them.
Exactly. I see. How do you come back from that loss from the Raptors? It's going to be pretty tough.
Jake, what do you think?
Big Raptors guy over here. Jake over here, big Toronto fan.
I respect that fan base.
Honestly, I think it comes from Jake's rapping roots and going back to him and Drake's love. That's why you picked Toronto.
Drake's love.
Yeah, okay,
okay, putting a little strange there.
No, I back Logan up on that because we used to do the Beaver Sports Show, and you and Jenna would be all over Drake. So don't even try don't even try to hide this.
Well, and please reiterate to me what your fantasy basketball name was.
Oh yeah, Champagne Poppy.
No,
you're based on Gatorade Poppy.
You're a Gatorade Poppy. So
it'll stay that.
I'm just saying that you're a big Toronto guy. I wouldn't be surprised in your new future if you're just heading to the north.
Falls.
I could see you in Toronto. I could see you in Toronto.
No, I know Toronto's awesome. I just don't think I'd go there.
Okay, give your opinion on the game. What do you think?
Like I said, this is going to be a win tonight, but that's it. I think Cleveland takes it after that. Really not much else to say.
I think Cleveland wraps it up tonight. This has been one of the worst series as far as point differential. I think I read something that was 20 something a game. in wins. Like, it hasn't been a fun series to watch because it's kind of been a blowout either way. I mean,
I think the whole playoffs has been like that. It's like the most 20 point
blowouts. Has
blowouts.
just been kind of exaggerated.
Well, but okay, it's weird. So I'll watch the Thunder beat the Warriors by 20, but I don't want to watch the Cavs beat the Raptors by 20. It's just weird because like Golden State and OKC are those only two teams that I'll watch when they're up 20 because I want to watch Westbrook and I want to watch Durant.
And OKC and Warriors, if they didn't have this whole conference thing, those are two of the greatest teams in the NBA. I mean, that could be a finals matchup. I mean, talent wise. So I mean, that's I don't know. Also, just one thing we didn't mention. If OKC goes on to win the series, like to think about the path that they took to the finals, one of the greatest in NBA history.
You beat the 67
win Mavs,
Spurs,
who were pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you got the Spurs, who everyone kind of forgot about, but they had one of the best records.
It was the best Spurs team wins wise of all time.
67.
Yeah.
And then to beat the Warriors, which is an all time great, like that is a crazy path to the finals. So I think they'll be prepared, but they might be a little bit tired in the finals.
Yeah. So I'm interested in that as well, and I guess we'll see here in the next time we come on who's going to be in the finals.
Yeah,
it'll be a finals discussion.
On the 2nd, June 2nd.
Man.
Yeah. Well, Drew, let me get your take on it. You said you want the Cavs to win it. You like LeBron. What's LeBron's legacy if he doesn't win a title this season? I mean, because he's got 2 right now, and that'll be in all likelihood 2 and 7 in the finals.
Yeah, it'll be tough. Like, I want to see him go down just because he's of my generation, like as the greatest player of all time. But I feel if he loses this one, it's kind of hard to argue against him being better than Jordan. I've been watching basketball since my freshman year of high school, which would be like right around the time he lost to the Mavericks when they played in Miami. And I remember people were all like, "Oh, LeBron, he sucks. He's not good." And I didn't really understand basketball that much, but I knew he was obviously pretty good, so I continued to watch. And after I would listen to all these analysts and stuff saying he's going to be he could be the greatest if he won a couple more and he did. He won 2, or I don't mean a couple more. If he won 2. But he won 2, and then to watch the next 2 years, he lost the next 2. But I honestly feel like if he wins 2 or 3 more, he could be greatest.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if he gets to 5, 5 rings and he ties Kobe and he's 1 away from Jordan, it's pretty hard to argue.
Yeah.
That, and I'm a Kobe homer to the max.
Yeah. Well, I think I've said it before. A lot of people who are the diehard LeBron haters, I don't think they really understand that, this comes everyone once a blue moon, a player like this, and to watch and you kind of just have to appreciate the talent. And but even if I think if LeBron, if he doesn't win, I'm just gonna say he shouldn't really care. He just got a lifetime contract from Nike.
For $1 billion.
So I think he's okay.
I think LeBron's pretty set. I think he's set financially. I don't think you got to worry about LeBron going broke.
Just picture that Breaking Bad scene where he just falls on the big pile of money. It's that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's a good Breaking Bad reference there for you.
I
trying to remember he almost looks like Jason Whitlock, kind of Karen, I don't know the actor's name, but yeah. Yeah. Good pop culture reference there, Grant.
A reference game strong.
All right, so we do got a tweet question coming in from Drew. Just a quick correction from earlier. That question was not from you, Adam Orange. I was talking about the orange one. So,
So
sorry about that.
We apologize.
We apologize. We're really sorry.
We appreciate you for tuning in, but he did just tweet, Drew, do you have a favorite dunk from this past season?
I'm assuming he means of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably when we played this in the Civil War, it was Gary had a dunk, and then the next play we got a fast break. Trace threw it to me from 4 feet beyond the 3-point line. It was alley-oop. I caught it, dunked it, and then as I was landing, I kicked Elgin Cook in the face.
Yes, I remember that.
I fell, and then I looked up at it, and I was pissed because I didn't know what happened. I didn't know I kicked him. and I thought he like tripped me or something. So I like mean mugged him on my way up. And
did he look a little phased, a little bit
yeah,
rattled?
he was like, "Why are you looking at me like that? Like you're the one who picked me." And I didn't realize till after the game, but that was probably my favorite dunk.
Did he mention it all? Like, bro, you kicked me in the face. Like,
No.
okay.
So it was mostly us talking.
So you can relate to maybe Draymond Green a little bit.
Oh yeah. I can.
Yeah, that's pretty funny then. Yeah.
All right, so I got a question for you. So we were talking about earlier how you didn't even like really start watching or paying attention to basketball until freshman year of high school. I mean, even playing. What was like the first thing that sort of like, sparked the interest that made you even want to start paying attention or getting into it?
Well, I didn't even play basketball until my freshman year, and I was like 6'5", probably like a $160.
Was it kind of one of those things where you're so tall everyone just told you to?
Yeah, they told me to.
Yeah.
Like I kind of got pressured into it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was thinking like, well, it'll get me my legs stronger for baseball because you push off the mound when you pitch. So I could probably get a couple miles per hour up on my fastball. And then I started playing. I really hated it my freshman year because it was just a lot of running, and I didn't like running that much, and I was really uncoordinated. Still trying to figure out my body and stuff because I was really tall. And then after that, I just stuck with it because I don't really like quitting things. Like I just wanted to stick through it. And then I started to like it once I got better and better. And then obviously I started watching, and Blake Griffin was just coming in the league right around that time, and he was dunking everything and doing like Blake things. And so that's where my kind of love for watching him kind of started.
Where were you clocking in on the radar gun?
Oh, that was my next question.
Was it?
Yeah, great minds think alike.
My freshman year, shoot, I was probably like 70s maybe. I don't know. Yeah, typical like above average freshman pitcher, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you made it to any Beaver baseball games this year?
No, I haven't. I've always been like had something going on while I'm driving past, and I was like, oh shoot, like there's a baseball game. But,
yeah.
Like,
We haven't really mentioned Beaver baseball much at all.
No, we haven't
on this show, have we? But man, I'll tell you, we need a big series this weekend. And I'm kind of disappointed we're going camping. I'm missing it because this is one of the biggest. This is the biggest series. We need at least 2 victories.
2 wins.
We need 2 wins. To go to the tournament practically.
Well, going off the baseball thing, did you ever think about playing baseball here at OSU, kind of doing a dual sport thing?
Yeah.
Being the next Bo Jackson?
that was actually my plan coming in. That was one of the reasons I chose to come here was because I had talked to, when Coach Tinkle was recruiting me, I told him like I wanted to play baseball too, and he was like, yeah, like we'll talk to Coach Casey, and I ended up having a conversation with him, and he's like, yeah. We just have to work something out once we get there.
Yeah.
And then, so that's part of the reason I came here was to play baseball. But then after the basketball season, it was just like, it's just, you don't really know how much work it is until you.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, especially after a tournament run too, you probably just want to like lay low for a little bit. I would imagine.
Because Noah. He was on the team there for a little because he was playing football, and he was on the basketball team for a little bit too. Did he kind of tell you like, man, this is tough or anything like that?
Yeah, like he was always saying he was really tired and stuff, but he kind of gave me a little bit of an insight on how it would be.
2-sport athlete.
Yeah, 2-sport athlete. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Like your body needs time off. Like I just didn't want to push myself too hard and not give myself any a break.
Yeah. I guess I was going to see if we wanted to go to a PSA and we can tease a little NBA draft talk coming up after this. Jake is still zoning out.
We got another tweet.
Oh, we got another tweet.
I'll save it for after the PSA break. We can tease that as well.
Yeah. So we're going to have to PSA break. You're listening to 88.7 KBVR Corvallis. Stay tuned.
We are back. Second String Sports, rounding out the show here. Let's see. We did just get
Jake just staying on the Twitter monitoring.
Talk the tweet.
Well, we had a question. We were just talking about this off air about the Beaver phone whatever.
Thankathon.
Where the student athletes are calling some of these donors and thanking them for their contributions, which is obviously a really cool thing. Was there any funny experience that you had? I'm not entirely sure who you called, but if there was a funny experience, what was that?
Probably I don't know. It was kind of funny to me, but I would call people, and they wouldn't answer because it was kind of late. But I'd call them, and I'd be reading off a script, and for some reason I would forget like what school I go to, what my major is, and like I'd be like, "Hi, I'm Drew from." Oregon State University. and
the school you attended.
Yeah, it is. I just get like so nervous for whatever reason. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm just like, I just kept stuttering and I forgot like basic information that I was supposed to know. But then I also a cool experience when I got to talk to Marvin Beaverman.
Hey, shout out Marvin Beaverman.
Shout out to Marvin.
He was, and we keep forgetting to tell
should have snagged that interview.
Jeff Lulay that we wanted to ask him how his experience was to talk to the Marvin Beaverman,
the infamous, famous Marvin Beaverman.
Yeah, Jeff actually met up with him in person, gave him a Beaver Dam shirt and all that. We keep forgetting to ask him.
Get him. We need him to call in. I think it's what we're saying.
Tweet at Marvin Beaverman right now.
Tell him to call.
Tell him to call if he wants. We need more polls. Why haven't we done any polls today either? I don't know. We'll
put it on the poll.
Put it on the poll. What?
Our intern.
Yeah, we don't have our intern here today. That's why.
Yeah, Mook was supposed to be here today.
Yeah, I know. He said he chickened out.
Mike, come on.
Tweet him. If everyone doesn't know, Marvin Beaverman is just the Twitter guru. We'll just leave it at that.
He loves OSU.
Devoted Beaver.
For right now, we'll talk NBADraft.net. Grant has this pulled up here. And so what do you guys kind of... NBA draft. The Sixers.
Month away.
The Sixers. They finally got it.
Finally worked. And what's his name is not there. Who's the GM who got fired?
Bowie?
No.
Hinkie?
Yeah.
Sam
Hinkie is not around. I mean, imagine that. Sam Hinkie is not around for to see this process go through.
Yeah. All right. So. Well, let's look at the top three right now with Philadelphia. Your boys. You got the Lakers and Boston.
I can't believe Boston gets a top 3 pick because Brooklyn is dumb enough to go, we'll take KG, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry. We'll just give you some first round picks.
It's crazy how
they're over 35, but guys, don't worry, it's cool.
It's crazy how dysfunctional the front office, like just right across from each other, New Jersey or Brooklyn. Sorry, my fault. Brooklyn and the Knicks. Like how dysfunctional the front office is on both those organizations, how they describe, we don't want draft picks.
Well, I think Phil genuinely just doesn't care. I think Phil's like, I got $12 million. Like, I'm not going to show up at the scouting combine. I'm going to go hang out in Montana.
Yeah.
Like,
nothing wrong with Montana either.
No, I'm not saying that as like a slight to Montana. Phil's from Montana and he goes there a lot.
Yeah. So, as some of us know, Ben Simmons is making a lot of headlines, showing up at NBA games, blah, blah, blah. Brandon Ingram from Duke. And who else am I making? So
Buddy
right
Hield.
now, Chris Dunn.
Buddy Hield, Denzel Valentine.
So where do you see, because you have a chip in this bargain.
Yeah,
here,
you got
there's a big chip in here, man. This is a
what are you seeing? What are you seeing right now here at the top of this board?
Well, I think the Lakers they're in a good spot because they don't have that pressure of making the choice. If it really is as close as everyone says between Ingram and Simmons, which I don't really think it is. I think Simmons probably is the better player. But I think Ingram will fit well with the Lakers. They need a wing. He looks a lot like Kevin Durant. I'm not saying he's Kevin Durant, but he's just kind of that long, tall, skinny wing. I think ultimately what the Lakers are going to try to do, they're going to try to trade that pick out and try to get a guy like Paul George. But if you're going to do that, you got to break the bank, which means you're probably getting rid of D'Angelo, maybe Jordan Clarkson.
But who's
I don't know.
Okay, the Pacers are not going to do that. The Pacers are not going to.
I don't know. I mean, Larry Bird I wouldn't like. I put it this way: I wouldn't be shocked if Larry Bird did it, because Larry Bird is just kind of like that crotchety old man who just, I'm gonna do like whatever I want. He thinks players like lose interest in 3 years with the coach, so you gotta
true. Because I don't think
Larry
I've ever
also
seen.
makes no sense. He goes, well, I want to go faster, so let's hire Nate McMillan to go faster. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't think Larry Bird has ever been happy in his life, besides the time he was waving a towel around on the bench.
Maybe getting like a 6-pack of beer, going fishing. I think he'd be pretty happy then.
He just has like the most stone cold face.
Yeah,
Just nothing. No emotion. No emotion comes out of the guy.
yeah.
So actually, I could see it be like, yeah, sure, I'll give you a Ball George for this pick.
I'll give you Paul. Yeah, I can't even do a Larry Bird
I don't know. That's my
impersonation.
Larry. I don't know.
I'm not
I
gonna
tossed that
try.
out there.
I'm not gonna try.
All right. So, Drew, have you talked to Gary at all in his draft process at all?
No, I haven't got the chance to talk to him. I know he's pretty busy.
Yeah.
He's out doing workouts and stuff. I saw he was out with
The
the
Suns
Clippers the other day. I was happy about that.
There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I get a lot of the stuff that we've seen from Gary is like second round, like high second, mid second ish. So it's going to be cool for his. And honestly, he's going to be a steal in the draft.
Oh, yeah.
if he's going that late, I feel like that's going to be a steal for whatever team gets him.
Absolutely.
So
Also, too, Drew, you played against Jakob Podol and Marquise Chris from Washington.
Yeah,
How
Chris.
do you think those guys are going to translate to the NBA?
I think Pirtle, obviously, he's very skilled and big. Like he just needs to. I feel like just get stronger and stuff. Like he's already pretty strong. Like he was obviously like he overpowered me at times, but
The NBA is a whole nother level.
yeah, the NBA is a whole nother level. And then Marquise Chris, like me and him were going at it when we played against each other, and he's very athletic. Just overall really athletic, pretty skilled. I really like playing against him.
yeah.
What about Jalen Brown? I mean, I know he's not a big guy, but played at Cal, one and done guy.
Yeah, he again like very athletic, quick, strong, like just super strong. Like I hated when he would get by like Malcolm or Gary and something, because I knew he was coming in. He's either going to jump over me or jump through me, and either one of both of them were bad. Like.
Yeah, one thing that I was really surprised was, we mentioned Chris and UW. I was surprised that UW didn't finish higher in the regular season as they did, because they had so many high talented, freshmen.
I think they have like two first round picks right now.
and here they are.
Andrew Andrews.
And then another one, I was surprised that, especially Andrew, because Andrews was one of the best players.
Yeah.
In the Pac-12 and even the country. I was surprised. Yeah, Murray. But Murray, he almost reminds me of Ingram, like ish, from lengthwise. But I was surprised to see Chris on this high of draft boards. Like we watched him, we kind of pooed on him a little bit in the crowd.
I remember watching him and just being like I wasn't like wowed by him.
Yeah.
Like he's good.
He's good, but
But
I'm just kind of like, I'm just not like trying to like bash the guy, but I was like, wow, he's high up there. I was on draft boards. I'm kind of surprised by it, but
I think it's just like he's got a lot of potential with how athletic he is, how well he moves, and how well he played this year. Obviously,
Well, what do you think about the NBA and the one and done system? Because I mean, you're seeing now a lot of guys who are coming out probably not ready for the NBA, but that potential is really kind of the thing that people are drafting players on. So I guess that's not really a question. That's more of a comment.
Thanks, Jeff.
Sorry, guys. I tried to form that into a question, but that didn't really
Almost
work.
got it there.
Well, and you're even, a player like we talked about last week. Jake wasn't here, but Thon Maker, like he's a huge question mark in the draft. Someone who is projected, kind of late first round is what people have heard. But
Or
he's
undrafted.
someone who just he's a huge question mark. He comes out of high school. Everyone has seen his
He finesse.
he finesse.
he cheated the system.
He's the king
everyone's
of
seen
finesse.
his 7 foot frame just with the crossovers and shooting ability.
insane.
I don't know. In today's day and age in the NBA, that's something that is needed, is kind of like that shooting ability and skill. So I don't know, but he's a huge question mark because he didn't play any college ball. So I don't know.
He's such a huge,
Go in, Jake. I can hear it in your voice. You got something
Come on,
brewing.
spit it out. Come on, you have it. I know you do. It's on the tip of your tongue. Go.
A trash can.
I just don't want the
brewing.
Trailblazers to get him because there's been the discussion because he worked out. I just don't see it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. You can
know,
attest the jump off between high school and college. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, he could be good down the line, but I think he's the type that's going to get to the league and he's going to be inefficient for at least 3-4 seasons.
Okay,
like,
but to that point, if you're Portland, you just made the playoffs. You have a young core, a good chemistry. Why not take a guy like that?
I see where it
and
makes
kinda
sense,
like
but
bring him along and say, because I mean, it is boom or bust. And if you take him with a late first round pick, you're not really breaking the
true.
bank. You're not killing. You're not killing anything.
that's even
Does
the big
Portland
question.
not have a first round pick?
They don't have any picks.
Yeah.
Any picks.
Any
I
picks.
guarantee that.
Yeah, it's the Olshey had the comment saying when you work for Paul Allen, you always got picks.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like Neil he'll get something.
Yeah.
He'll find something.
Yeah.
Because they lost the pick because they got
made the playoffs.
Well, no,
And it was the trade with Aaron Aflalo.
Aaron Aflalo. That's who I couldn't get. Aaron
The human
Aflalo
trash
off my
can.
name.
The human trash can. Wait,
Is he right there?
Isn't
Yeah,
Jake
hi, Aaron,
doing
what's
in the
up?
corner.
trash can segment?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah,
And that's a throwback. I didn't expect
man,
to
I
talk about
wonder-
Aaron today.
man. I wonder when the trash can segments. We're going to need more trash can segments here too. On
We
Brass.
got 3 more.
Finale foe. Well, 2 more.
Jake, I say you just plan an epic trash can segment.
I'll plan like a 20-minute trash
go
can
in.
rant where I get like
Go in on Johnny
10
Manziel.
people.
We've had Manziel, James Hardy. I don't
Greg
even know.
Hardy.
Greg Hardy is what I meant.
James Hardy. Is that a
James Harden also. That's
James
what I
Harden.
was thinking of. Yeah.
Do like a.
I could have
Draymond
I'd
one.
I would have a very passionate Draymond.
How about
trash
Riley
roast.
Curry? We all know how much you like her.
What was that?
Not like in a weird way, guys. All right, relax. You guys took it to
All
a
right,
really
yeah.
weird place.
It was Drew's noise that took it there.
That's not what I meant, but
All right, going back a little bit, pulling it back into the draft. So, obviously those first 2 picks are kind of set.
Yep. So do we
in
all
everyone else's
unanimously
mind.
agree we think Simmons is going to the Sixers?
That's what it's sounding like.
I think so.
I think so too.
I mean, Simmons' dad played for Brett Brown, who's the coach of the
Yeah.
Sixers, and Brown's got a
We
bunch
just
of
got
experience.
extended for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you got to buy in if you're tanking. You got to go all the way.
Seriously. But anyways, that third pick is kind of a question. And I don't know. I'm looking at a mock draft here. I talked about it actually last time. I really think Buddy Hield is the guy that you have to take at 3, just because you've seen the incredible improvement that he's had each year, especially even from just junior to senior year. A guy who shoots mid 40% from 3, which is a huge asset in today's game, of course, and then over 50% from the field, and he's shooting 16 shots a game. I mean, he's averaging 25. That shooting ability is something that translates. Like, the work ethic is something that translates. I don't know. Who did you guys think at 3 possibly?
I don't agree with you because I think you see Buddy, you see you mentioned the work ethic, you mentioned he's had 4 years of college, so I think it ultimately, and I think it has to be Buddy, but I wouldn't be surprised.
There's going to be a surprise, I think.
I think I just the way this draft feels, I feel like something is going to happen.
Something's going to happen.
Okay, well, I mean, do you think a guy like Dragon Bender could go 3? Because that's with the whole
That's the
Porzingis thing
7-foot Lithuania, Croatia.
Croatian, I think.
Okay.
But he's playing-
18-year-old, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, with the whole Porzingis thing now,
It's opened up a hole and they'll be like, oh, it can work.
I know there's some GM going like, hey man, Porzingis did it, so maybe we go after Dragon Bender.
Yeah.
I just
And he's
hope
got a
there's the
sweet name.
unanimous reaction of Knicks fans after Porzingis last year. That was
Oh, that
one
was
of the
classic.
funniest things I've ever seen.
Drew, did you when you guys were in Oklahoma City, did you guys see any shoot around of just watching Buddy at all? Or did you guys see any Oklahoma stuff?
no, I watched him a little bit just because Stevie had told me he was a really good player, and so I watched him because I didn't know any other teams, players. So I watched him all throughout the year. But yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy good. I remember when I was watching when they played Kansas the
first
triple
time?
overtime.
Yeah.
the triple quadru whatever it was. He was just crazy going off. They left him alone, bang 3.
Yeah. So I think the NBA draft is honestly it's my favorite draft
Oh, it's
to
so
watch.
fun.
compared to just the NFL.
I disagree.
Really?
I'm more of a football guy, but
I know, but
I mean, for me at least, I think the NFL draft matters more. 'Cause for the NBA draft, it's those top picks. Once you get past 14, it doesn't like really matter a whole lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you got guys like Isaiah Thomas and Draymond Green, who are second round picks, but for the most part, you're kind of just looking for those lottery picks.
yeah. I don't know. I think for me, just for the NBA, for the short term, like attention span, as a lot of us now have, for the
big
NFL
MLB draft, too.
for the NFL, it's spread out through multiple days. It's way longer, way more time to take a pick in between. And
True.
for the draft, I'm like NBA draft. I'm like, yes, it's going quick. Boom, boom, boom.
If you want a really good draft experience, watch the MLB draft.
Hey, I've watched the MLB draft a
That
couple
is
times.
sad. No, dude, I can't do the MLB draft. That's a hard watch. That's like one where you're sitting there going, "What am I doing?" Because there's got to be
MLB
something
Network,
better.
man.
There's got to be something better on.
I miss having MLB Network. I'll say that now.
It's good in the summertime when there's nothing else going on. The NBA's done and NFL's not quite here yet, and college football's not here. So then the MLB Network gets to be really cool. But every other, like
I miss
in
intentional
May.
talk.
Okay, I see you there, Logan.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Drew, do you have a favorite baseball team?
Red Sox.
Ooh,
There you go.
So you got an LA, and then you got a Red Sox team.
Yeah, it was kind of spread out. I just remember when I was younger, when
the World Series. 2004.
2004. My dad, for whatever reason, is a Yankees fan, and I remember I was just like, okay, well, I'll root for the other team. He's like, there's no way they're going to win. And
So it was during the 2004 ALDS is when you decided to become a Red Sox fan.
Yes, man, that's awesome.
That's actually it's very interesting. You picked a pretty good time to become a Red Sox fan then.
Yeah, I don't know. I was young. I was just like, whatever. I'll like the Red Sox. I think I was actually playing for the Red Sox.
Like a
or
little
like
league
T-ball.
team?
Yeah, like T-ball. Because I don't know if it was around that time, but I know I did play for Red Sox growing up.
So yeah, Drew got signed by the Little League Red Sox.
Oh, yeah, I was on there too. Little League Community Red Sox. Yeah.
I chose a pretty good time to be a Red Sox fan, but I still am today. Even though they're doing good right now.
Yeah, they are.
Even though Jackie Bradley Jr.'s hitting streak got broken up last night.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
It was only 29.
So, anyways, that's a draft talk. Something to just be following over the next month. And I don't know. It's kind of it's after those first two picks. It's just kind of one of those where the dominoes are going to fall. There's not really a set way. So we'll see. I'm really curious to know where GP2 ends up.
Yeah.
How these pre-draft workouts go will determine a lot of that.
Well, because the last time we had a player drafted was Jared Cunningham, and when he got drafted,
We were shocked.
Everyone was
21. That
Yeah.
was a huge shock.
That was a huge deal.
Yeah, that was like 21 to the Mavs, and we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
That
I
was.
think the Mavs traded up to the pit to get him too, which was kind of weird, And then, I don't think we were expecting that at all.
Yeah, no one
And
was.
before that, I think the last player prior to Jared, I think it was Brent Berry.
Actually, yeah, I
I
think
think it was. I think because we had a dry spell there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously we can all agree anyone who or whoever picks up GP2 is going to be getting a steal at wherever they get him. So
Blazers.
yeah, hopefully
That'd be
Blazers.
so cool.
I could see a backup point guard role. I see it. It's only a pipe
Probably
dream,
not,
but
but-
probably not. So
well, remember that it was the Cal game, right? Where Neil O'Shea was in the house. So no,
True.
who knows? Yeah. Who else was? There was a lot of people at that game.
Alan Crabb.
Crab was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, yeah, that game there were supposed to be James Harden and Damian Lillard. They were on the will call list.
Jason Terry
Yeah,
was there.
Jason Terry showed up.
Yeah,
Was that the same game?
No, that was a different game.
different
that was a different game.
But the
I
game
think
you're
that
talking
was the
about,
Washington game that
Yeah.
Jason Terry showed up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
they had
Yeah, you're right,
Lillard
you're
and
right.
Harden were supposed to do like an Adidas like little appearance thing, and they had the tickets on will call. But
Yep.
Man, dude,
would have been sweet.
That'd have been
man,
that'd have been hilarious.
could you imagine having Harden and Lillard at an Oregon State game?
Yeah, would you get really nervous playing in front of them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That'd be cool. Especially the way that ended Washington.
Oh yeah, that would have been a sweet
Oh,
game to be
yeah.
at, especially courtside. But yeah, that was cool to have Terry there at least.
What's Drew? What's some GP? We're not talking GP2. Has GP ever been like where it's like talk to you and you're like kind of intimidated by it, or?
Yeah, I mean, he's talked to me a couple times after the game, and just the way he talks to you is just kind of like
Like you have to listen.
you have to listen just because he knows what he's talking about, and because he's like one of the greatest of all time too. But yeah, he's pretty intimidating. Like if I just didn't know who he was, saw him on the street, and started talking to me, I'd get scared. I don't know.
So what were kind of like one of the things he had to tell you, or a couple things like he talked to you about?
He would just tell me to keep my head in the game. Don't get like frustrated with where you're at right now. If you just keep grinding and stuff, you're going to be one of the best players in the pack next couple years.
That's cool.
Tell me that I have a lot of talent and a future he thinks in the NBA if I keep working.
That's awesome. Did you ever see, or did you guys notice at all during the Washington game? Man, everything's coming back to this Washington game. I'll tell you that. During the Washington game, where there was the Washington fans behind their bench, and GP was right across because he was sitting in his normal seat.
Little battle going on.
They were feuding and just like yelling at each other.
Really?
Did you know?
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I couldn't even see that happening just because he played for the Sonics. You would think that they would be like fans of him.
Oh yeah, no, they were.
You'd think, but Washington fans are pretty irrational and not that cool. So
true. We had
intelligent.
I think it was at the start of maybe last term. We ranked our least favorite Pac-12 schools.
I think that list is hanging around here somewhere.
But we ranked our least favorite Pac-12 schools according to location and sports-wise.
And academics.
Yeah. So we kind of like ranked like, which one would be your least favorite. I think we all had Oregon.
Yeah.
So, but like that was just other than Oregon.
I don't like Colorado just because it's hard to play there. Because when I played there, I was just out of breath. Like that reason alone is the reason I hate it.
So the mile, like because they play at
elevation, elevation,
yeah.
Colorado is just like.
Is there any way you can prepare for that, or it's just kind of like, all right, well, one game you kind of have to just tough it out?
Coach Tinkle just kept telling me it's not that big of a deal. Like, just get over it. And I'm just like, I can't. I can barely breathe. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like
that's crazy.
That's just my like. I just don't like playing there.
Yeah. Man, it's Colorado.
Yeah.
You can go snowboarding and camping. I don't know.
Was there a fan base that year or this year who kind of got on you at all? Or I guess what I should ask: can you actually hear the fans? Like when you're out there?
Yeah, it was actually at Colorado.
Wow. Huh.
Because they're right next to the bench. And then I remember I had to play, like, I stole the ball at the top of the key, and I had, like, a breakaway dunk and at Colorado. And when I went up for it, the ball slips out of my hand, and I ended up missing the dunk. And I was, like, it was uncontested. I don't know if you guys remember, but I ended up, like, just like getting ripped by the fans about that after like they called timeout or something. Yeah. I ended up getting ripped by the fans, and that was probably the most embarrassing part.
Yeah, Colorado fans they show up pretty well actually, because like in
they're
Vegas,
pretty savage.
Yeah, in Vegas there was a lot of Colorado fans that show up there, and I was surprised from Colorado, but
I mean, it's probably so cold in Colorado. I mean, do anything to get to Vegas. Like Vegas is a pretty fun time. Let me just tell you that.
And going back to like being able to hear the fans and stuff, I've seen you smile a couple times when our student section is all kind of we have a really close group, all of us, and Jeff Lulay, Jeff, and we kind of built this whole Beaver Dam type environment. And we have a lot of fun, and sometimes it gets a little probably just too much. But a little savage. Yeah, a little savage. I don't know, not really a question, but I can attest to that because there have been times where you can look over and see players laughing or see kind of the effect. That's one thing I really enjoy about kind of the way that Gill is set up and the way that football is harder because the sound is way more dispersed, but Gill, you're right next to the court.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you actually can have some sort of an impact. I mean, there have been times where we've been on one player for one thing the whole game, and I think it was AJ English this year, right? Didn't he have what? He went 2 for 14 or something.
Yeah, but still, all right, speaking of that was I don't know if we did it, we didn't but I think it was
all you guys. That's
I think
why
I'm just saying the interactions that you can get from some of them is pretty funny.
Yeah.
As a fan,
Askia from Colorado. Yeah. Oh yeah, the refs are pretty funny. But
I just remember when we played Utah at home, and it was dead quiet in Gill, and Larry Kristoviak or whatever his name is. He was yelling something, and then all of a sudden I hear Jeff yell, "Hey, shut the shut up!" And then I'm waiting to check in. I'm just freaking dying laughing because he was quiet then on, and then I was laughing and I look over and he's just glaring me down, and I just couldn't quit laughing.
That's the thing. Just sometimes we've had Jeff Lule here on the show, so some of our listeners might know also Jeff. But if you've been to an Oregon State basketball game,
you've heard.
Yeah,
you've heard Jeff.
Whether you've tried to or not, you've heard him.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. Yeah, Jake.
You're kind of zoning out there
Jake
on Twitter.
So zoned out right now.
I'm reading all the tweets we got, but
Anything good?
well, we kind of I had to DM Marvin Beaverman. We have something for next week. He's been talking to me, so shout out Marvin.
Hold on, we got
we'll
Marvin.
tease
We got
that.
Marvin and Louie next week. Dude, what a show!
It's a big
What
show.
a show!
Yeah. No,
We go from Mike Barrett to
Yeah.
Drew Eubanks to Louie to Marvin Beaverman.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
Find me another radio show that can do that.
yeah, we go from the Blazers announcer to OSU basketball to OSU superfan. I like it.
It's like the regression. It's like the perfect balance. It all has to come back to Marvin Beaverman.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think I think I'm more nervous to talk to Marvin Beaverman than I might be to anybody ever.
Yeah,
Because,
I was pretty
that's-
relaxed talking to Mike Barrett and talking to Drew, but talking to Marvin Beaverman, man,
Yeah.
that could
Based
get
on
interesting.
based on that kind of super fandom, Drew, I got a question. So obviously you've gone through the full season, but a lot of these Beaver Nation fans are so hardcore, especially the little kids literally look up to the players like heroes. Have you had an interesting experience around in Corvallis where you got stopped and by a little kid, or it's just something like that after a game?
Not that interesting, but I get a lot of little kids, I'll hear them, they'll be like, "Oh, look how tall that guy is," and then their parents will be like, "Oh, that's Drew," and then they'll, "Oh, that's Drew," and then they'll want a picture and stuff, and I mean, of course I like doing it just because it makes the kids' day and stuff, but
Yeah.
nothing crazy that's happened,
Any 40-year-old guys come up to you and "Hey, Drew, I'm a big fan."
Oh,
and then it's
yeah,
kind
I'm
of
sure you get that literally.
yeah.
I'm
all
sure
the
you get
time.
like Corvallis lifers who are just diehard Beaver fans.
really hydrated at the time. Yeah, that's definitely happened.
That's a new saying. Really hydrated.
Really hydrated. Yeah, especially after games, I'll go up to see my parents, and I won't even get to see them for a good solid 20 minutes, just because
Yeah.
people just keep coming
Yeah,
up. But
I'm
I mean,
sure.
that's expected. That's expected. Yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
Well, we covered a lot today.
Yeah, we almost got through 2 hours, so I think we did pretty good there.
Any last minute questions? No, we're good.
Last minute thoughts?
Drew, you got anything you want to plug?
thoughts.
Got to say?
Oh my god. Well,
Go Beavs! Sound.
yeah,
There
go
you
Beavs.
go.
There you go.
Thanks for
Classic.
coming on. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
It was
you,
a lot of
Drew.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
And,
a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're working on some other guests for next week. Like Jake
Two more
said.
shows.
Yeah,
That's it.
2 more shows. And
Man, it's coming to an end.
Yep.
It's sad.
True, sad. We were talking about last night while we were hydrated, possibly keeping this going after, with some sort of a podcast. We're still trying to
We'll
figure
figure
out all
that
that
out.
stuff.
We can't let the
but-
people down.
Yeah,
No.
we got to keep the second string fans,
Yeah, it's fun.
Happy.
It's fun for us. So
Exactly.
we'll see. You gotta follow us on Twitter. Keep you updated.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All right.
Follow us on Twitter, guys.
So thanks, Drew, for stopping by. Thanks to everyone that had tweeted in their questions and had stuff to chime in about. We're Second String Sports. Been a good show. You can follow us at Second String KBVR. I'm sure this show will be up either today or tomorrow.
Should we all plug our Twitters again?
Yeah, why not? At JMcRady7.
At LT McGinnis.
At Grano Campo, and we got at Drew Eubanks 12.
Oh, there
Is
you
that
go.
right?
At
Right.
Glo
There we
Show
go.
6.
There we go. All
Follow
right.
us all on Twitter.
Big series this weekend. I'm sure a lot of people are going to, what time does it start today? They're setting up now, yeah.
7:30.
So go out and
That's
check that.
That's a safe guess.
7:30.
Go Beavs.
Go Beavs.
Yep.
Go Beavs.
Go Beavs. Have a good weekend.